¿a dónde? See? So what is an expatriate? The question is, why would anyone leave their homeland, everything they know, to go to strange land?
How did I get to Mexico?
The whole reason I'm here is because my oldest sister, she came back from her trips around the world.
I was writing in New York, doing a lot of writing and driving a taxi cab mostly.
I went to Spain because I had a scholarship. I met people from Mexico.
Basically, I was in a dead-end job in London.
I had a job. I was working in a law firm in New York. I hated it.
I was sitting around in London. I was a gardener.
I left and I went to Madrid, where life was better.
I just finished university. I just finished military service. I was in a long-term relationship.
I'd just gotten out of school. I was actually living in Bali at the time. I lived there for a year, built a hotel with some friends over there.
And in Madrid, I met my Mexican boyfriend.
And my girlfriend at the time, who I met at university, was sick and tired of being in London.
And she came back and she showed me photos of Cuba, Guatemala, told me stories about Latin America. And since then, it was in my mind.
An expatriate is someone who lives outside the country they grew up in, doesn't have a return ticket.
Somebody who not only leaves their home country, but leaves it looking for something. Something different, adventure.
An expat realizes that their experience and their existence and their best interests are not just in the hands of their own government.
It's come to me in a certain kind of style of life where you spend all your time with other expats.
They identify themselves still as, from where they come from, more from where they are.
As the bad word is somebody that comes down here with the yo soy me llamo Orfeo y vengo aquí para ir a Cancún.
Gringo, gabacho.
Ay, gringo.
Güerote.
Güerito.
Gabacho. Gringo, gabacho, hijo de mierda.
Gringo.
Pinches gringos.
Ay, güerito.
When did I decide to become an expatriate, or why?
I don't know, I guess there's also the whole aspect of, in a way, being more free.
In your own country, you grow up with certain people, your friends, your peers, your family, and certain things are expected of you. You're always in sort of a network of eyes.
Is a certain anonymity that one has. You're cutting the umbilical tie to expectation.
I wanted to see something different. I wanted to live in another country.
Well, I just saw my whole life just mapped out in front of me. Just got a master's degree. I could have got a nice job, good salary, security.
I would either move into a flat, have some kids, and stay in my hometown of Ankara for at least 10 years, or I'd come to Mexico, so I came to Mexico.
My logic was that if I went to live in a strange place, then I would be guaranteed not to have a boring life, because things wouldn't be predictable.
Every day's different. Every day's a challenge.
Everything is new, and you learn.
The rent is ridiculously cheap.
Like, this is one that we've since broken, but you can do whatever you want here and you can fail and still be okay. You have the freedom to make mistakes here.
Experimenting with everything from drugs to travel to just finding out new things about yourself.
And you're a star. If you're a foreigner, you're a star. You are.
You want it to be special.
Doesn't everybody?
I think the best thing about being an expatriate in Mexico City is that you can try anything and become anyone you like.
William Burroughs is a famous case.
Jack Kerouac came out to Mexico, stayed with William S. Burroughs for a while.
Burroughs is sort of the patron saint of Mexico City expatriates. He came to Mexico to take drugs and to live in a very savage way. He could sleep with men. He carried a gun around.
He viewed the American dream as a nightmare. He inverted the American dream.
And everything was going great until one night at a party at another expatriate's house.
Shot his wife in the head here, accidentally.
Wasn't she putting an apple on her head?
And said, let's see what you can do, old man.
And he was trying to shoot the apple and hit her in the head. Yeah.
In my experience, that people come over here and whatever they're selling or offering, they can do it better here than they can do back in England or the States because it's a saturated market.
Down here, you have opportunities that are just unparalleled. You can either do it here or in China, and I ain't living in China, so.
My favorite thing to do down here is probably to play polo. It's more accessible and less expensive and easier to play than it is back in the States.
And it's only now that I'm leaving do I realise actually I've done a million better things than I would have done had I been anywhere else.
I felt more that I'm wasting my life than I'm wasting my time. I mean, there's been epiphanies where I've suddenly woken up and said, I have wasted my life, haven't I? I mean, really, in a genuine way. Does it matter? Does that matter? I don't know if that matters that much, but I have felt that at times. Not so much my time. My time, curiously enough, I mean, of course I felt like I've wasted my time, yeah.
The worst thing about living abroad is that, by definition, you're not with the people that you love at home. And that's both your family and your friends.
You stay away for so long that when you go back, you're kind of a foreigner in your own country. And
You always feel like you're outside of it, like you're floating through it as a foreigner. You're never really a part of where you are.
I don't know when I'm going to leave.
You don't know this. I'm leaving at the end of the year.
Are you really?
Yeah, I think I'm going to New York.
I'm never, ever going to leave Mexico.
I'm scared to leave. I'm so comfortable here now, you know.
I think I'll leave Mexico City in a year. I'm going back to Istanbul, that's home.
How long am I going to stay in Mexico City? I think I will stay here indefinitely. My future in London is dead.
Why should you decide when you leave?
And I really don't ever want to leave. I mean, there's nothing I would ever go back for.